Hello, Janta. Hello, Janta. How are you doing, Janta? Hello. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the Political Therapy Show in HD. Yes, in case you are not a member, this is the first appearance I'm making in front of you with new camera. Look, I'm in HD. Now you can watch me on your TV and you can't complain about how मेरे पीछे block दिखता है. That's why I do these things, because people can watch me on TV also sometimes. See, that's the whole thing. But yeah, hello. It is the 4th of July and it is 8:58 p.m. Hello, how is everyone doing? Yes, hello. High definition hello to you today. So today, oh my god, I have so much to say. It looks blurry. How dare you? No, it doesn't look blurry. I'm looking at myself. It doesn't look blurry. Satisfaction मिलता ही नहीं है ना तुमको. कितना भी quality बढ़ा लो, just you look no, I refuse. Screw you. Freddy is also saying it looks blurry. रुक जाओ. नहीं, मैं फिर से refocus करेगा अभी. नहीं, I can't take this guys. ठीक है, फिर से refocus किया. Now screw you. Yeah, अब ठीक है. उफ, too much light. पहले लाइट की कमी थी, अब टू मच लाइट हो गया. ओके, एक्सपोजर ज्यादा है. फाइन, आई विल फिक्स इट नेक्स्ट टाइम. या ओवर एक्सपोजर. ओके फाइन, आई विल फिक्स इट. अभी मैं वहां पे खड़े होके ये सब नहीं करने वाला हूँ. आई हैव टू गो टू द कैमरा सेटिंग्स, देन लुक एट इट हियर एंड डू. अभी नहीं करने वाला हूँ, बाद में करूंगा. बट यार ठीक है, एक्सपोजर कम कर लेंगे. फाइन. फार बैकग्राउंड लुक्स. I should not entertain these comments. Honestly. No, I'll reduce the exposure, फिर वो पीछे का ठीक हो जाएगा. Please, just take what you get for now. I'm also learning. This is the first time I'm using this camera as a webcam, so it's okay. I get your thing. I'll reduce the exposure. I'll reduce the blur. I'll focus better. Do all the things. Okay. Way too bright. Yes, I get it. That's not the point. I was getting to something else. क्या बोल रहा था बे? रुक जा. थोड़ा कम हो गया. I'm reducing my light around me now. But I was saying something else. Mainly, the new podcast is up. So if you're a member, you can watch it right now. Look who it is. It is my friend Manisha Pandey, my ex-colleague, and me. And this is the podcast episode that is up. So if you're a member, you can watch it right now. Right now, it is available for you to watch. And if you are not a member, if you're a garib admi, then you have to wait till tomorrow 11 a.m. to see this, because that is when it will become public. So all podcast episodes will go to, it will have like 24 hours early access for members. Yes. So yeah, so go watch if you want. This is the first episode of It's Not So Simple. That is what the podcast is called. And the first episode is called Free Speech Should Be Protected, but it's not so simple. Now you know why the tagline is there. It's not so simple. That's the name of the podcast. So yeah, go watch, enjoy. Having said that, today we are going to rant a lot because guys, election commission का सटक गया है. The three people you saw on the opening screen, these three gentlemen you see here have truly lost it. And there is more and more evidence coming out about how the election commission is now working for the BJP. अब मुझे कोई डाउट ही नहीं है Like seriously, I mean the way they have been behaving, the things they have been doing. So what we thought today, me and my team, was that we are going to do an extensive sort of deep dive into all the shenanigans that the election commission has been up to lately, right up to the latest one, which is the Bihar special intensive revision which they are doing, which we are calling vote bandi, because that's exactly what they're doing to do. Their basic idea is to reset the entire voter list of Bihar, of all 8 crore voters, and potentially remove 20% of them, because why not? Apparently that is what they are intending to do, and they have told people so much. They have said this to our opposition people. We'll come to that. But the larger thing that we are going to do today is I'm going to tell you how our freaking democracy is being destroyed. I don't take this lightly. I don't. It's what is happening in Bihar. If this is a sign of what is to come, then friends, we are in for a hard time for the next few years. We just are. It looks like BJP, after they lost their majority, have truly lost their balance a little bit, their mental balance or whatever you want to call it. And उनके साथ वो institutions को भी लेके डूब रहे हैं. So yeah, it's not looking good. I'm not going to kid around today. Not looking good. Usually I'm very hopeful. Usually. Today I'm not so hopeful. Because if this is allowed, then anything is allowed. Then anything. Basically, कुछ भी खिलवाड़ करेंगे वो elections के साथ, and people will lose trust on elections and they will not trust election results, because the thank you election commission, that was your one job, which is to increase trust in elections so that democracy survives. Election Commission 101. The primary job of the Election Commission is to increase trust in elections. Why? Because when you increase trust in elections, that is how you increase trust in people getting elected. When people get elected, they go to either the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, assemblies, whatever, and they go to government. So then that trust also transfers to the government. The government is supposed to do our work. If I am not trusting the elections at a very basic level, if I don't trust the election commission, everything above that just falls and collapses like a domino. So, no. Just no. This is scary and this is just not good. So, we are going to talk about that. It's going to be a fun stream. It's going to be one of those streams to remember, honestly. Imagine one nation, one election with the CC. Exactly. So, Dhyayan, one of the things that I've been thinking about is that if this Bihar thing is true, again, we'll talk about that a little bit more once I've explained what is happening in Bihar. Because I know a lot of you don't know what is happening in Bihar because nobody is talking about it. Like, literally, news channels are not even covering it. Can I show you something? I was so shook. I was so shook. Look at the headlines from yesterday. Look at what our Madam Anjana has been covering. Look at this. कावड़ यात्रा मार्ग पर सन्नवूर का पंडित जी धाबा. Basically, they found a random Muslim dude who has a dhaba on the yatra ka whatever road, and of course they are going to create like a big scene about it. बॉलीवुड में पाकिस्तान की बर्बरता का विशेषण. This is yesterday. Prime time shit. Yesterday is when the biggest revelations about this whole Bihar thing happened, because the opposition delegation went there and they were there for 3.5 hours. They came out right around prime time, by the way, 8:39. But Madam Anjana अपने ही कुछ ताल पे लग रही है यहाँ पे. ताल ये black and white है, by the way. This used to be Sudhir Chaudhary's show. Now it has been handed down to poor Anjana because Sudhir Chaudhary has gone to DD News and he is eating taxpayer money. 2 crore rupees, 2 crore है ना? Chat, 2 crore है ना? 2 crore rupees in year or something like that? Taxpayer money. ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट छोड़ के चला गया. But look at this shit. Nobody's talking about it. So we are going to talk about it. Long time follower and subscriber, first time joining a live. Love your content. Godspeed. Hey Shrikant, hi. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. Who all is new here? Who all is new? Suman, we haven't even started yet. Don't worry. You know we take our sweet time. Who all is new? Please say hi. Costliest venom ever. What? Hello. Badrinath I haven't seen before. All of you members I have seen before. Preetam, Pragyan, hello. Oh, Pragyan ka first live hai. Hello. How are you doing? भाई कमरा साफ कर रहा हूँ फोन मत उठवा. राम इट्स नॉट लाइक I'm like saying कि कंपल्सरीली टाइप करना है यहाँ पे आगे. प्लीज फिक्स योर लाइटिंग, इट इज टू हार्ड, प्लीज यूज अ सॉफ्ट बॉक्स. ओके एक्सपोजर कम कर रहा हूँ, रुक जाओ. यू विल सी थिंग्स नाउ. बहुत कंप्लेन करते हो तुम लोग. वेट, I'll have to change it. Wait, chat. I'm reducing the exposure. Now I'm annoyed. किधर है? You will see things. कैसे करते हैं? Wait, I can't see it. I am not humping the camera. People are complaining that I'm too bright. अब मैं अगली बार करूंगा प्लीज. Okay, I can't do it like this. I'll have to go into the camera and do it. So don't distract me now. Just bear with me for this one. Like I look like an angel. Just pretend I'm an angel. Instead of criticizing the EC, BJP criticize the opposition party, especially Rahul Gandhi. Why? Why should I do that? Criticize the opposition party. क्या फायदा होगा? As if they have any power. वो तो useless है. You've already declared they're useless. Modi ji is all powerful. Election Commission is all powerful. This is New India. We are Vishwa Guru. तो फिर criticize किसको करेंगे? Powerful लोगों को. People who have power to do things. Not the useless people who have power to do nothing. Right? So Rahul Gandhi is useless. He has no power to do anything. He is opposition leader only naam ka. So why bother? Every opposition party in this country is useless. तो क्यों criticize करना है फिर? Prashant Kishore is going to do something this time around for sure. I also hope so. That will be amazing. I want a disruption. That will be fun to follow. Love the podcast. Thank you. Papu. Rocky Bra has come to curse Rahul Gandhi basically. आज बड़े खुश होंगे Rocky जी. Rocky Bra. You look like you're about to give a makeup tutorial. I cannot, friends. I cannot. रुक जाओ. Now I'm going to see if I can still fix it with this. I haven't really tried doing this ever, but no. So let's not mess it up. We'll do it later. Okay, fine. I can take your criticism for the day. This is not members only. This is for everyone. This is general stream. एक काम कर सकते हैं वैसे. Yellow. Now I look like dank. One side shade and one side is not. Look at my dank face. I look dark. अब पीछे का और bright हो गया. I'm getting annoyed. Dank. Yes. Anyway, now can we continue so that you like I can show you my darkness also. Just unimpressed audience. I know you can't like please this audience only. Now you look like you're about to tell people about the benefits of communism. It's honestly worse now. Okay. अब मैं सबको खुश नहीं कर सकता. Okay. Now this is going to be the thing for the rest of it. Shut the light behind you also. Wow. Yes, I'm going to carry on for this stream. I think you will have to bear me for this one. I will reduce the focus and everything later. Okay? We are all new here. We are all trying out things. So let's just chill. Okay. उसके दिमाग का लाइट ऑफ हो रहा है. Exactly. I cannot now focus on the topic which is supposed to be very important. But I'm going to continue. Reset. Okay. Okay, let us start with this. So, TLDR friends, we're going to start from the beginning. The election commission, I told you the election commission's job is to increase trust in elections. So their job is very basic, right? Election commission का काम क्या है? They have to hold the elections. First, they have to increase trust in elections in general among citizens. They have to hold the elections, but they also have to make sure that every citizen gets a chance to vote, which means that they have to include their names in a voter list and make sure that people can easily go to the voting booth when they can vote. And then they have to show accurate results and trusted results. So how do you build trust in an election commission? Is by being transparent. Essentially, it's very simple. Every little process that the election commission does should be public. It should be, the public should be able to scrutinize it. People should be able to question it. People should get data about it. And that is the way to build trust in an institution and what it does, right? But in the last year or a little bit more than that, our election commission has been very shady. Very shady, right? And this all started after the Maharashtra and Haryana elections. No, sorry. Punjab and Haryana pehle hua. Then came the... no, kya hua? Sorry. What am I talking about? Maharashtra elections, Delhi elections, all of these elections have happened. And all this confusion, or not confusion, all these allegations started especially from the Maharashtra elections, right? Now, what happened? I will just tell you briefly. Rahul Gandhi made some major allegations about the Maharashtra elections, right? First is, between the assembly elections and the Lok Sabha elections in the 5 months, he alleges that there are 40 lakh voters that were added, whereas in the last 5 years, the 5 years before that, 32 lakh voters were added in Maharashtra, right? There was discrepancy, number one. Second is, why were there more voters registered in versus 2024 than the entire adult population of Maharashtra? Now, this is an allegation being made by Rahul Gandhi. This one, I'm not so sure about, because this government hasn't done census as it was supposed to do census, but it hasn't. So we only have like accurate 2011 data. So what Rahul Gandhi is saying is that it's an estimation also in a lot of ways. But take this with a pinch of salt, but that is another allegation. The other thing, he showed a bunch of seats which show some weird things happening in it. One of them is the Kamthi Vidhan Sabha. What he's saying is that the Congress vote was constant between Lok Sabha and the assembly elections. But BJP's margin, which increased, is nearly equal to the number of new voters added, which is 35,000 new voters added between Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha elections. So you can see here, Lok Sabha, Congress, Vidhan Sabha, almost the same. But BJP had like a massive spike, and that difference is this, which is the new voters added. So this is largely the allegations that Rahul Gandhi has been making. And then, of course, he throws in a quote by Baba Sahib Ambedkar, which is very important. The electoral roll is the most fundamental thing in democracy. It was of the utmost importance that elections should be freed from any kind of interference. The election machinery should be outside the control of the executive government. Right now, it is not outside the control of the executive government. So these were all allegations that Rahul Gandhi had made. This was back in February, right? Now, he's been at it since then. Now, Rahul Gandhi has gotten this amazing habit, which is like he picks up one issue and then he just keeps hammering at it. Like caste census, that was something he was hammering at, and now the BJP is listening to him. They have announced a caste census much in the future. This is something that he's been hammering at, making these allegations again and again, showing this data and questioning the election commission. And so far, the election commission hasn't given any satisfactory answer. But guess who did give an answer, which is the weirdest thing. Let me show you. So, after this happened, this one, Devendra Fadnavis has been jumping up and down to give responses to Rahul Gandhi. Every time he makes an allegation against the election commission about the Maharashtra elections, Devendra Fadnavis jumps in and starts answering his questions, right? So this is one of the responses I have shown in this stream also, okay? I read it, we took it very seriously. We found that, oh, okay, so he's giving some counter, etc. The counter doesn't matter much. And why is Devendra Fadnavis responding to it at all? Because the election commission should. The questions were for election commission. Why is Devendra Fadnavis becoming the unofficial spokesperson of the election commission? I will never understand this. But having said that, you know what happened? He lied. This whole data that he has given is a lie. It's a lie. News Laundry did a fact check on this. Look at this. Look at this. Shameless. Ek to he basically responded when he shouldn't have. And he responded with lies. For example, so he has stated like a bunch of constituencies where voter percentage has increased, but the other party has won, right? So, the highest rate of increase cited by Fadnavis in his response to Gandhi was in Malad West, won by Congress Aslam Sheikh. The CM claimed that voter increased by 38,625 or 11%. But as per the EC statistical report, the number of voters increases is 20,000 or 6%. He lied. Not just that. He claimed in Vadgaon Sheri, where NCP's Bapu Saheb Pathari was elected, vote count increased by 50,000 or 10%. Net increase was 35,000 or 7.6%. Mumbra Kalwa won by Jitendra Award. Fadnavis claimed voters increased by 46,000, which is 9%. But the net rise between the two elections was 41,000 and 4.85 lakh. The additions could not have exceeded 44,000. If the 2,743 voters deleted are considered, are added as the same period of the constituency. West Nagpur, Vikas Thakre, again, it's his neighboring constituency. This whole thing also happened because Rahul Gandhi started questioning the vote increase in his own constituency, which is Devendra Fadnavis's. Vikas Thakre, Fadnavis claimed that the electoral expanded by 7%, but the net rise was 6.2%. Not much, still a lie though, still a lie. So basically, all of that, he lied. He essentially said that all of these things people have won, etc. And then he exaggerated some figures and gave it on Twitter as if he was giving a solid response. So when News Laundry asked Election Commission for a response to this, which is, do you agree with Mr. Fadnavis's figures? Will you provide some figures which match with that, etc.? Here is what the Election Commission said, and I found this response extremely amusing. At the ECI level, if we had the data on the number of additions and deletions in the 5 assembly constituencies mentioned in the Fadnavis tweet, we would have given the data. It is very localized data and we don't have an answer for it. We have circulated your questionnaire but have not gotten any response yet. So, sorry, but Election Commission doesn't have this data. Where the F did Fadnavis get the data? Well, so, literally, look at this. This is the response from the Election Commission. What the hell is happening? Ek to Devendra Fadnavis is responding instead of the Election Commission, and when the Election Commission is actually asked to give the data, they're like, "Hamare paas to data hai hi nahi." What? So either they are very embarrassed about this, either they are very embarrassed that that Devendra Fadnavis has lied using some random data and they don't want to call him out, or they legit had no data and then Devendra Fadnavis got it from somewhere, I don't know how, exaggerated it, put it up as a counter to Rahul Gandhi, and those were exaggerated lies. How can you trust an election commission like this? You tell me. How can you? Localized data apparently. I would assume that whatever localized data that Fadnavis has collected, the election commission would have, right? Because the election commission's literal job is to collect data also during elections and keep it very transparent and do it very diligently. Localized data तो Fadnavis के पास, that's what I'm saying, localized data Fadnavis के पास होगा, I get it, but why is the election commission saying that we don't have it? Either both of them give it and then it matches, right? Or Fadnavis doesn't give it, election commission gives it, then Fadnavis uses it. How is Fadnavis giving it and the election commission is saying we don't have it? You see the problem there? Might be data collected by BJP booth workers? So wait, so election commission will not collect this data? And you're saying the booth workers will? I don't understand how. Because the thing is, what we are seeing is voter addition and deletion data, right? It's not about anything else other than addition and deletion. That is what we are seeing. Just want to in start, I thought you are just another Rahul Gandhi in a journalist, but now after hearing you, really may say you make most logical videos without seemingly biased about any party. But I do doubt that you may be funded by either CIA or CCP. Arpan is saying I'm funded by either the CIA or CCP. So either American intelligence or Chinese Communist Party. So he hasn't made up my mind, made up his mind about whether the Americans want me to sell you propaganda or the Chinese. I like that. Let's keep him guessing. Sorry. Again, I'm repeating. George Soros, if you're watching this, देखो लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं फ्रेंड, कैसे कैसे लोग आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे, चेक क्लियर करवाओ यार गाइज. सोरोस का चेक किधर है? आई एम स्टिल आस्किंग, वेयर इज द सोरोस चेक? Oh, that came after the Operation Sindoor video. It's great. I like it. I like it. I'm funded by the Order of the Phoenix. That's correct. Chat, who do you think I'm funded by? Let's see. I'm going to do a poll. I think this is a big question we need to answer, okay? I think he brings up a very legit question. Let's do it. Who is Megnerd funded by? CIA, CCP, Soros, or Slytherin? Yeah. Those are the 4 options. You can vote. And if you know who is actually funding me, which is these members, please become a member. Please support this channel because I'm legit being funded by members here. Anju ने तो fund दिया है. So like guys, all the members, you have to also decide who you side with. Are you CIA agents or are you CCP people? Or Slytherin, Soros? Pick your team basically. Pick your team. Proud to be a member. Thank you. Exactly. So, but you have to decide now which team you're in. Anyway, going forward with our main topic. But thank you, Arpad. I know you meant it as a compliment. I like it. Right. So, look at this one. So, News Laundry did another report, which I must point out, right, about these voter additions and deletions. This was just put out on 3rd of July. This is from Kamthi. Remember that Rahul Gandhi slide we saw about Kamthi? Ye wala? So they did a detailed report on it to actually find out what has happened. Also, guys, please do support News Laundry because they've been doing a fabulous job of actually investigating this from the ground, especially Sumedha and Vishal Vaibhav, who have been going at it. They have done it for Fadnavis's constituency. They were doing it for Delhi elections. They're doing it for Maharashtra elections again, the Kamthi seat. And I'm pretty sure they have more lined up in the series where they're actually going to BLOs and asking them, where does this increase come from? Okay. So, yahan pe flurry of new voters, curious case of Kamthi where the Maharashtra BJP chief won. 96 booths in Kamthi constituency saw a jump in new voters of more than 10%. The BJP won 94 of them. Okay. The craziest one here was 14 booths in Kamthi recorded an increase in voters of over 30%. One booth even recorded an increase of over 100%. Number of new voters added exceeded the number of existing voters. Look at this. So you can see. Okay, look at this. BJP vote share, Congress vote share. Okay. In the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, this was the BJP vote share, 118,000, and this was Congress, 136,000. In the assembly elections, there was like a giant spike suddenly in the BJP vote share, but the Congress remained more or less the same. Weirdly enough, in 2019 elections, you can see it is the same amount of votes that the BJP has almost gotten, right? There is not much increase or decrease, but look at this spike here. This happened in 5 months. 2014, 2019, more or less stable, thoda bahut upar niche. And then suddenly in 5 months, 1,74,000. That is the anomaly right here. And this is in Kamthi, one place. Okay. So, where is that? So basically they have established a correlation between the addition of voters in a particular booth and the victory of BJP, which is weirdly coinciding. Everywhere where there is like an anomalous increase of voters are the booths that BJP is winning. That is the overall thing. But what I wanted to show you was the booth level officers and what they are saying. Okay. So they go to the booth level officers. Sorry, chat, before we go there. Do I need to tell you what booth level officers are? Okay, in TLDR, booth level officers are the people who will come to your house and they will be the ones who will essentially make sure that you are a voter. They will help you get on the list. They will be doing checks and verifications. They will be the ones who will be available during the elections. So they are in charge of that booth, right? They are also in charge of making sure that every voter is able to reach the booth. So for example, old people, he will come there, he or she will come there. They would be the ones who would be helping voters get to the booths, right? These are not technically election commission people. They are hired seasonally whenever elections come up. Okay, so they will pick up like local people who will become booth level officers before elections. They would be teachers, they would be from different departments, etc. And they would be deputed to work with the election commission. Now, election commission operates exactly like this, which is whenever an election happens, they pull officers from all across different departments and different places. And then for that period, temporarily, those officers will be working for the election. Then they would go back to their respective departments, governments, etc. So the BLOs are the ones who are doing verifications. They are the ones who have to sign off on new voter additions. They are the ones who are supposed to take the forms and submit it to the office, which is the ERO, AERO, who are supposed to then put it in the voter list, give you a voter ID, register you as a voter, all the things. Okay. So BLO is a link between a voter and the election commission machinery. That is basically who they are. Okay. So at booth 260 or room number 1 of ZP Higher Primary School, where 381 new votes were added, BLO Preeti told us that she had not filled Form 6 for the additional voters. Ahead of 2024 assembly elections, a political party was organizing camps to register new voters. When we were given these forms for ground verification, I could not trace these voters. Still, they were registered as voters. Why? The district office will answer that. So they're like, I don't know where these people came from. In a previous story which I have covered on this channel, this was done. This was about Devendra Fadnavis's own constituency. One BLO had said that on election day, he saw strange people coming which he didn't recognize. He never saw them on the booth. He doesn't know who they are. They seem to be new voters, but he never signed their forms. That is something a BLO had said in that story. Now look at what is happening here. Asked which political party was organizing these camps, she said she cannot recall the name. I mean, I understand. Poor Preeti. I don't think she must be like, नहीं थोड़ा ज़्यादा बोल देंगे तो problem हो जाएगा. I understand that completely. But yeah, well done, Preeti. At this booth, BJP defeated Congress by over 200 votes. Ravindra Sahare, who is a BLO at booth number 376 or Sanjuba High School for over a decade, claimed that he had not filled forms to add the 200 voters that were added in this booth. A political party and its workers were involved in filling Form 6, but we could not trace these voters on ground verification. So a political party and its workers are the ones who are adding voters to our voter list, and the BLO is not even aware. Which political party is this? I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. BJP swept this booth with over 170 votes. I wonder, chat, which is the shady act as political party? Chaya Chaudhary claimed that she had not filmed forms of 241 new voters registered at her booth. Asked if she was able to trace them during ground verification, she claimed that she had no idea about it before disconnecting the call. How is this not shady? How is this not shady? So this is allegation number 1. Mota from Rahul Gandhi to ground level reports. This is allegation number 1 against the Election Commission, that they are doing shady things with the voter list. And now we are seeing proof in this form from Maharashtra elections, and there are allegations coming from people like Rahul Gandhi, etc. as well, right? Again, I believe News Laundry more than other allegations, but dude, I cannot even. I mean, if the BLOs are saying, I don't know how these voters are added, I don't know who filled the forms. In the previous investigative report, again, by the same people, there was this BLO who told News Laundry that they had seen forms which had no addresses on it. They were left blank. Forms were left literally blank. And they got registered as voters. How does this happen? I don't know. Mysterious. Very mysterious. Super mysterious. And till now, the Election Commission hasn't really given a response to why and how these things are happening. Neither the ERO, DRO, Maharashtra CEO or the Delhi Election Commission has given any response. The only response that they have given is for that fact check that I just showed you of Devendra Fadnavis, where they said, oh, we have no local data. And friends, I must tell you, all of this is connected to what is happening in Bihar. I'm building up. Okay, so you have to be patient. कमाल का कमाल है कमल का कमाल. Yes, let's see who is funding. Slytherin should have never given that option, no? But more people think I'm funded by the CIA than I am by the CCP, and even more than that, think I'm by George Soros. Fair. I think Slytherin is a acceptable funding organization. Yeah, it's a slow burn stream. Yes, it's a slow burn stream. What is CCP? Chinese Communist Party? Just joined and WTF is happening here. Have we started a cult? What? Maybe. You are funded by the politically depressed people of India. I like that. We should keep that. We should name our organization something on those lines, which is politically depressed people of India. I'm funded by the PDPI. But then people will like, ooh, PDP. No. Okay. Next up, ruk jao. Let me open it. PDF. No, but seriously, Membra, become a Membra. Become members, support this channel. Do like this stream. CFBR kar do. And I'm moving to the next one, which is the other shady thing that the Election Commission has been doing, right? So after all of these allegations were made, one of the allegations that Rahul Gandhi also made and other opposition people is they wanted to see why there is like this sudden spike at the end of the day after 5 p.m. Why were there suddenly more people coming and voting and etc.? My guess is some people who are coming there might be fake. And that is my only like educated guess. So what they have been asking the election commission to give them is the CCTV footage. Now there is a lawyer activist called Mahmood Pracha. He went to the Punjab and Haryana High Court and he asked for the CCTV footage for the Haryana elections because he had suspicion that the same thing has happened in Haryana. So he wanted CCTV footage of the day of the elections and he wanted to verify by himself that the number of voters that they say have voted have actually voted that way. Yeah. And till that point, this was actually a thing that you could do, which is like you can actually ask for the CCTV footage of the day and you can scrutinize it because, as I said, election commission supposed to be transparent because that is the only way you increase trust. Now, this is how you do not increase trust. After that happened, after they demanded the CCTV footage, here is what happened. Okay, so they changed the conduct of election rules. Punjab and Haryana High Court had directed the Election Commission to provide Form 17C and CCTV footage of Haryana elections on December 9th, 2024. Okay. A week later, ECI wrote to the Union Law Ministry for amending Rule 93 of the Conduct of Elections on December 17, 2024. Union Law Ministry received the letter on December 19th. Okay, बहुत fast हो रहा है, fast everything. Union Law Ministry convened a meeting with ECI officials on December 20th, very next day. Raised objections to the language of the proposed amendment, revised draft provided by ECI. ECI confirmed the revised draft on the same day, which is December 20th. And said may be notified at the earliest. Law Ministry finalized the note for the amendment notification and the same was approved by ALC, DLC, Additional Secretary, Union Law Minister on the same day, December 20th. Amendment of the conduct of election rules was notified on the same day at 10:23 p.m. So in an entire day, they changed the rules which denied Mahmood Pracha from getting CCTV footage, which was a court order. It was a court order. That's crazy. Discussion, objection, revision, confirmation, finalization, approval and notification all done in less than 48 hours. कौन काम करता है ऐसे? Who works this efficiently? Tell me. I don't know about you. This looks like panic to me. What do you think, chat? थोड़ा shady नहीं लग रहा है? I mean, any reasonably intelligent person will see this and they'll be like, "हो क्या रहा है इधर? What is happening exactly? Why are you hiding this? What is the whole hurry?" काश उमर को भी इतने जल्दी बेल मिल जाती. Exactly. कौन सा गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट काम करता है ऐसा? Exactly. I don't know. Weird. This is the notice. Amendment on the conduct of election rules 2024 regarding. Okay. I am directed to refer to your letter number yada yada dated 20th on the subject cited, wherein you have requested the commission to provide confirmation on the draft rules, namely conduct of elections second amendment rules. In this regard, it is stated that the draft rules have gone through and found to be in order. It is requested that the same be notified at the earliest. This was on December 20th. But it was stamped on 1st of January, which means that उन्होंने email पे confirm किया. Letter went there on January 1st and got like acknowledgement. So they notified the rules before the letter even reached where it is supposed to reach, which is Ministry of Law and Justice in Shastri Bhavan. क्या चल रहा है इधर friends? तुम बताओ मेरे को क्या चल रहा है इधर? Seriously. This is what scares the shit out of me now. Like थोड़ा ज्यादा shamelessness नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ पे? थोड़ा ज्यादा shamelessness नहीं हो रहा है? I have seen this in action 2-3 times. I have seen this in my vicinity. That is people voting with someone else's ID. All of them BJP supporters. Okay. Do a deep dive on delimitation and census. I will eventually. I know. आने वाला है वो. करेंगे. भाई साहब गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट इतना एफिशिएंट कैसे हो सकता है? एग्जैक्टली. सो यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई मीन. India has a secret ballot system for national elections, the Constitution of India and the Representation of Peoples Act 1951. Yes. Your point being that if you have the CCTV footage, you can actually tell who voted for who. Do you think right now political parties don't know who is voting for who? Like literally, they have things called Panna Pramukhs. Yes. The BJP people have like extreme great network of people who keep a track of who votes for who. Okay. Every party knows who is voting, who is their voter, who is not their voter, etc. And based on which they are doing the electoral roll manipulation right now. Also, the CCTV footage would not show who the person voted for. They would show if the people actually are voters, though. I think that is what the Election Commission is scared about. That if you are not able to identify, like a ghost is coming in, who is not living in that area and suddenly seen voting, as the BLOs have been saying, and that shows up on the CCTV camera, do you realize the amount of shit this Election Commission would be in? Do you realize what kind of shit the Election Commission will be in if this is found? It would also show the head count, exactly. And this mystery of, oh, how is there a surge after 5 p.m. will be solved forever, right? So Election Commission has been claiming that after 5 o'clock, it is just normal voting, we close gates later, etc., right? So देखने दो CCTV पे फिर. Why not? Or you know what you can do? CCTV footage, when you give it to people, just give the one which is at the front door. Right? Booth ka front door, right? So you're not even showing the person going inside and actually voting. You're just showing the person going inside. And in each booth, there are around 1100 to 1200 people, right? So if someone had to actually trace these voters, it's easily doable. Voter list is public. Each booth ka voter list is public. Everybody can get it. If the CCTV is public, it can be matched and discrepancies can be found. And then if discrepancies are found, Election Commission is in the shitter. That is why I feel they are not giving the CCTV footage. And they are giving the reason कि oh privacy. Privacy. अभी बड़ा चल रहा है privacy का तुम्हारा. पहले तो government argue कर रहा था. पहले तो entire machinery is arguing that humans don't have, like Indian citizens don't have a right to privacy. आधार डालो सब पे, biometric information दे दो, leak भी हो जाए तो ठीक ही है. Not a word about that, but now suddenly everything is about privacy, protecting your privacy. Bullshit. Haven't they also changed the duration for which CCTV footage will be available? Yes. Nikhil Baria, now they are saying earlier they had to keep the CCTV footage for an year and a half. Now they are saying that they are going to delete the footage in 3 months. They've changed the rules in about that also. So now even if you want to see the footage, they'll be like, oops, delete ho gaya. We didn't keep it. Change in rules. क्या shadiness है boss. I realize how much shit, none at all. Nobody will just like, nobody has cared about Modi abetting genocide and Nobody has cared about the SC being shitty or the EC being BJP appointed. I care. What is this? I think people here care. Chat, you care, right? Of course you care. Otherwise, why would you be watching this? I think there are enough people who care. The problem is not many people are talking about this. That's what I've been saying. Like, the mainstream media is not covering this. Nobody is talking about this in the way that we should talk about this. And the people who care are being freaking gaslit by people like you who are like, अरे कोई किसको फर्क पड़ता है? Nobody cares. Screw you, man. People care. You should just talk about it. Tell people you care, no? You go and tell people एक WhatsApp forward लिखो और डालो. अब तो ChatGPT पे WhatsApp forward बन जाएगा. डालो. Forward WhatsApps. Election Commission being shady. Give all this evidence. Do it. We care, bestie, but not many people. I think there are many people on this channel who care, and that is also enough for me. Okay? I'm doing what I can. 15,000 लोग भी ये stream देखते हैं अभी later. I have seen the numbers go up. 15 to 20,000 people see each stream now. And that is a lot of people. And they care. I genuinely think they care. If an opposition party can educate without arrogance and truly empower the people from ground up, it won't just win elections, it will win the country's future. Okay. I don't know why you are giving me this advice. Anyway, now, finally, chat, are you ready for the clincher? Now we come to Bihar. If you are ready, please say hi. Till then, I will answer super chats. Wait. Super chat, answer करते हैं. Osiris, thank you so much, friend. Can people please stop complaining about the camera when Meghnad is trying to talk about something serious? This Bihar stuff basically is equal to sham elections. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I got so distracted by the camera shit in the beginning. Sorry, guys. I'm going to put a time code niche. I'm sorry. But yeah, you're right. I know people were getting annoyed. Funded by fans and nerds. Support what you claim to support. Yes. Listen to Val. Support. Yes. And Andy, thank you so much for your support. Also, guys, just letting you know, if any of you are video editors, please feel free to take any of my footage from any of my live streams, cut it, edit it, put it up wherever you want, monetize it, right? Try and give credit if you can to this channel, to this particular channel, if you can provide a link or whatever it is, up to you. But I'm saying this is completely copyright free. So even if you don't want to draft a WhatsApp message or whatever, what you can do is just screen record parts of the live stream that you like, stitch it together and share it wherever you want. Okay? Wherever you want. 60 second mein kaatna hai, karo. 90 second, 3 minutes, I don't know, whole stream. Want to put it up on a different channel with a better thumbnail because I did a shit job, please do it. It is all copyright free. You can monetize it also. You can earn money if you want. Please go right ahead. I am not going to be ANI. मैं strike नहीं डालेगा तुम पे. Promise. Election Commission is BJP Election Commission of Modi Rashtra. Okay. Let me see your hand. What? No, we are coming to Bihar. Chat, we are coming to Bihar. Are you ready for Bihar? All those in favor, please say aye. Because we are coming to the final clincher of this whole thing. Yes, 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 yes. Good, good, good. Okay, let's begin. So, let's start with, where did it go? There is a nice little thread that this Twitter account has put up. So I'm going to sort of use that to guide you through what is happening in Bihar. The handle is called Rahul Seeker. Please follow him. Oh, I also don't follow him. Let's follow him back because appreciate. Um, so, uh, here is what is happening in Bihar. The election commission on the 27th, no, 26th of June last month said that they are going to do something called a special intensive revision of the electoral rolls in Bihar. Now, that name sounds extremely complicated, and all news channels have been saying, oh, this is just a regular thing, lala. It is not, right? It is going to essentially, in a very short way, they are going to make the entire electoral roll of 7.89 crore voters of Bihar from scratch in a month. That is what this special intensive revision in Bihar is all about, right? Now, the fear of this is that a lot of people, because of this, will end up getting excluded from the electoral rolls. And from the looks of it, they are deliberately doing it. Yes, we will come to that. That is the main thing. So, CEC Gyanesh Kumar had assumed office on 19th February, marking 100 days in his office. And they have done 21 new initiatives so far, which involves training programs, stakeholder engagement. They met a bunch of officers. They met political parties. Multiple political parties also met the election commission for these training exercises, etc. And not in a single meeting did they ever mention that they are going to do this special intensive exercise, special intensive revision in the entire state of Bihar. They did not mention it at all until 26th of June, when they actually started doing it. Not even the officers were aware that this is going to happen. And now it has led to a lot of confusion on the ground. Question number one, why? Why didn't they? Why did they have to do this 2 months before the elections in the state? 6 महीना पहले कर लेते? No. No, or they could have told people, they could have warned people that this is something that we're going to try in Bihar, so be prepared, be prepared. No, they didn't. Nobody mentioned it, it just does it. It was also informed the ECS facilitated 4,719 meetings across the country with participation from over 28,000 political party representatives, and they never mentioned this. They never mentioned this. Okay. For the upcoming elections in Bihar, 2000 through voter list will be used as the base list. The last time when this intensive revision was done, and then it was discontinued following computerization. SIR enumeration form distributed through booth level officers. These are the booth level officers. Now, okay, basically what is happening here is that they will take the 2003 voter list of Bihar. Okay, they will see who are the people, existing people who are on the 2003 voter list already, which means all the people who became voters before 2003 will be on the list, right? Now, those people, essentially what they can do is, when this BLO comes to them with a pre-printed enumeration form, these people can download the 2003 voter list, they can find their name in it, they can attest it, and then they can attach it with the enumeration form and give it back to the officer, right? Before 2003. So the election commission is saying, oh, this is not a problem. 2003, if you are in that role, then you don't have a problem. Well, you do have a problem, because you still have to fill the form. You still have to download that thing, attest it, put it with it, and prove that you were in the 2003 voter list when the BLO comes, right? For people who are not in that list, 2003 list, which is became voters after 2003, right? They have to do some intense things. First is they have to कहाँ गया? Wait. The BLO will collect the copy of the enumeration form filled out by the voters with documents, sign the acknowledgement for receipt, and the second copy returned by the voters. So basically, so the people who who were not a part of the 2003 list, my bad, they have to give some documents, which is like they have to prove that they are ordinary residents of the state of Bihar, right? What that means is that they have to give them a bunch of these 11 documents which prove that they have been staying in Bihar after 2003 and continue to stay there to become a part of the voter list now. For that, they cannot use Aadhaar, they cannot use voter IDs, they cannot use driving licenses, they cannot use job cards, they cannot use ration cards. These are the few documents which almost everyone in Bihar has, and they can't use it to prove that they actually live in a place. So proof of residence has to be done in another way. A list of documents has been given for that. So see, यहाँ पे election commission responded to this saying that, oh, but 60% of the total voters who were listed in the 2003 voter list, they will only need to submit an extract of the copy. They won't need to give any other documents. But they still have to fill a form. They do. They have to. See, if you are born before 1987, you must provide proof of your own date of birth and place. If you are born between 1/7/1987 and 2/12/2004, you must provide proof of your own place of birth and mother or father, either parent. If you are born after 2004, you must provide proof of your own date and place of birth, date and place of birth of both your father and mother. Both. To prove that you are an ordinary citizen of India and also an ordinary resident of Bihar. These are the documents which you have to provide, which you can use, which is ID card if you're a government employee, ID card if you're a bank, post office, etc. employee, semi-government. Then if birth certificate issued by competent authority, passport, matriculation or education certificates issued by recognized boards and universities, permanent resident certificate issued by competent state authority, forest right certificate, OBC SC ST, which is caste certificate, National Register for Citizens, which is only available in Assam. Strangely, they have added this. National Register for Citizens. Why? Why, you wonder? Why? Because I feel like this is a citizenship exercise at this point of time. Under the garb of updating the voter roll, they're also side mein ek citizenship exercise kar rahe. Backdoor. Yes, Wonderman. Exactly. Stole the words out of my mouth immediately. Wonderman here. Family register or land house allotment certificate. From June 25th, 1 month before the distribution and collection of forms, from 7... sorry. The problem that has been happening in Bihar, and there are multiple reports about this as well, you can read about them. So many reports now in the Indian Express, Hindu, etc., that this whole thing has caused a lot of confusion. Because as I said, people have an Aadhaar card, people have job cards, people have driving licenses. They can use those to, get like different services which require address proof, etc. They have voter IDs also. But none of them are allowed now. So what people are being made to do is to run around within a month to get either birth certificates or get like caste certificates or get land house allotment certificates. Any of these, right? And these are extremely difficult to get because these are not things that you get immediately from the other bureaucrats. So it's not like the bureaucrats are just sitting there waiting for people to come and they'll just distribute these certificates. It takes times. It takes time. So the election commission has just issued this farman, and as a result it has caused like a lot of confusion even in the district administration within Bihar, because they were not warned. They were not warned ki, oh, you will suddenly have like a rush of people who will come in asking for birth certificates. You will have a sudden rush of people who will ask for caste certificates. They had no clue. So now even they are screwed. They are also inundated with work. These people have no clue what to do. There are a lot of people who cannot read. There are a lot of people who are confused. They don't know how to download the electoral roll from online and then attach it with the enumeration form. They are confused about when they get the form, enumeration form, what will they do with it? Why do they have to fill it again? Because they are also not being told, in some cases, which I read from different places, they are not being told why. Some of the people have not been told why they have to do this. So essentially, if the BLO is coming to them and telling them, listen, fill this form, and please fill this form and give it, otherwise your name will be cut out of the voter list, then people will be like, okay, I guess we have to take this seriously. Are they doing that? Are they? See, Dalti Kumari has been asked to submit document of her parents' date of birth and place. She says, after marriage, I have shifted to my in-laws' house. I don't have any documents of my parents. Dinesh Kumar BLO of booth number 240 told Hindu, we are following the instructions of the EC, but our hands are also tied. It is not possible to fill the form of every voter and help them personally. Each BLO, each officer will now be running after voters because now they have what? How many? 20 days left? 20 days left to fill, to put in 8 crore people, names of 8 crore people into the voter list, voter rolls, the new ones. Also, another thing, Bihar is a state where there is a lot of migrant people. About 20% of the population by some estimates lives outside, works outside. Those people are now being told that you have to come back to Bihar to give all these documents, and then you can get to vote in Bihar. Otherwise, if you don't, then naam kat jayega. So there is a chance that in the Bihar elections, you will see a drastic reduction in the number of voters. And maybe a weird addition in the number of voters as well, like it happened in Maharashtra. So, mota, what these people are trying to do is they are trying to scramble the voter list. Because, again, I told you it's connected. What Rahul Gandhi has been doing, what opposition parties have been doing, what News Laundry has been doing is basically they are systematically looking at data from past or close to the electoral rolls. They are finding people, they are going to them, they are asking them, ye hai, wo hai, whatever, and exposing election commission's ass. What they will do in Bihar is they will scramble the entire thing, reset it back to 2003, right? Pretend like it was like this is like a regular exercise that we have been doing, SIR. Remove a bunch of people, which will be primarily poor people, people who are migrants, women, and young people. Because this is a definite target on young people. 2003 ke baad, what does that mean? Young population. So they will remove them, kaat denge. And I have a feeling now that they will do this shady blank form filling address nonsense. Put some more names in. Floater vote pahunch jayega udhar tak, Bihar tak. This is what the election commission seems to be doing. This is my theory now. Based on all the evidence that I have shown you till now about how they have been behaving, this is what is going to happen in Bihar. Which means that the voter list that you will see in Bihar will not be true. it will be made only and only for the BJP and NDA alliance. And then the reason why they are scrambling the voter list is because nobody will be able to question it then. Because what will you compare it to? 2003 ka list. You cannot compare it to the Lok Sabha elections anymore, right? Because that is what they did in Maharashtra. Remember, Maharashtra mein, they compared the Lok Sabha elections with the assembly elections and found anomalies. How will you do it in Bihar now? When the Bihar results come out, you can't do it because the voter list is completely new. So, fun times. Fun times. Nobody can ask questions anymore. Election Commission परेशान हो गया था कि भैया इतना भी expose मत कीजिए हमको. Don't do this. Because otherwise we will have to do drastic things like this. And that's why they're calling this vote bandi. Okay. Final thing. So, you must be wondering after all of this is happening, what has the opposition been doing and all the things. So they went yesterday. This is the big event that happened yesterday, which nobody covered. Ravish Kumar did a video on it as well. A bunch of opposition parties, which is 11 parties, went to the election commission raat ko, sham ko, 5 o'clock, right? And, well, wait, and dikhana hi padega. This is what happened there. Here is Pawan Khera being absolutely savage because, yeah. This is in Hindi. Let him talk. I will translate it later in case you don't understand.
कि हमारे आपके क्यों एक बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण धन्यवाद साथियों एक बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण प्रेस वार्ता है बहुत महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दा है ये मुद्दा इसलिए महत्वपूर्ण है कि हमारे आपके जो एक सबसे महत्वपूर्ण अधिकार है वोट देने का अधिकार उस पर एक षड्यंत्रकारी चोट करने का कदम उठाया जा रहा है हम चुनाव आयोग कहते हैं लेकिन चुनाव आयोग तो एक मोहरा है जो कदम ये उठा रहे हैं वो आपके सामने है हम लगातार मुद्दे उठा रहे हैं महाराष्ट्र के मुद्दे उठाए हरियाणा के मुद्दे उठाए और हैरानी की बात यह है कि जब हमारे नेता प्रतिपक्ष लोकसभा में राहुल गांधी जी या हमारे राज्यसभा में नेता प्रतिपक्ष और अध्यक्ष खड़गे साहब या इंडिया अलायंस के बाकी पार्टनर्स जब मांग करते हैं कि साहब फुटेज दे दीजिए वोटिंग के दिन की फुटेज महाराष्ट्र की दे दीजिए
I told you about the CCTV footage.
लिस्ट दे दीजिए तो महीनों तक चुनाव आयोग का जवाब नहीं आता यहां एक महीने में पूरे बिहार की नई वोटर्स लिस्ट बन जाएगी पुरानी वोटर लिस्ट देने में उसके बारे में सवाल पूछो तो जवाब देने में महीनों लग जाते हैं जवाब नहीं आता लेकिन एक नई वोटर्स लिस्ट बिहार में बन जाएगी एक महीने में मॉनसून के महीने में जिसके बारे में अभी हमारे साथी पीसीसी अध्यक्ष राजेश राम जी आपको बताएंगे
Okay, one more thing which is important, they have to do it in a month, right? There is an entire timetable that they have given, which is like phase-wise kaise hone wala hai. So this month, the enumeration forms have to be first distributed to the people, right? So every BLO has to print those forms, take them to the people, distribute it to them, then ask them to fill it, right? So then they will start gathering their documents, whatever. Then the BLO will go back, collect those forms, give it to the election commission. Election commission will take that form, right? And then they will have to enter it into a database, which will then finally go into the election list, right? So they have 1 month to do this form delivery, then collection, and then submission to election commission, right? After a month, which is in August, a draft list will be published by the election commission. Draft list. Then the second step is that these people will have to, the people who want to be in the voter list, they will have to look at the new draft list, find their names, and if they don't find their names there, then they have to go back to the BLO. The BLO has to come back to them and tell them how to object, because uska ek alag form hai, uska ek alag procedure hai. So if you are not in the draft list, then people will be like, okay, now I want to object. I actually want to be here because I have the documents or I got them late, whatever it is. The BLO will have to do it again. Now this procedure will start. For a month, there will be objections taken and all those things will be solved. And then in September is when the actual list will be published after this process is over. This has to be done for, and again, I want to remind you, 8 freaking crore people. 8 crore people have to go through this for a month. They could have done this earlier, but they didn't. They didn't even mention it earlier. Suddenly, kahin se to bhi aa gaya ye. This is freaking vote bandi. That's why I'm saying it's just not possible to do this.
जो असंभव है, इट इज ह्यूमनली इम्पॉसिबल टू डू समथिंग लाइक दिस. लेकिन ये फिर भी जिद पर हैं कि सितंबर के महीने में ये नई वोटर्स लिस्ट आ जाएगी. 8 करोड़ के लगभग, 8 करोड़ है, 8 करोड़. उन सब के कागज जांच हो जाएंगे, सब कुछ हो जाएगा. हैरानी की बात है. हमने समय मांगा चुनाव आयोग से, इंडिया गठबंधन की ओर से मांगा, जैसा कि हमेशा हम मांगते हैं. हमारे कुछ अधिकृत लोग हैं, वो हमारी लीगल सेल में हैं. वो अधिकृत लोग चिट्ठी भेजते हैं, चुनाव आयोग तुरंत जवाब देता है. अब तक जो हुआ था मैं वो बता रहा हूं, और हम मिलने चले जाते. उसमें कोई कंट्रोवर्सी नहीं होती, कोई विवाद नहीं हुआ. अभी तक तो नहीं होता था. अब मुख्य चुनाव आयुक्त की जुबान से अगर मैं बोलूं, इफ आई कोट द सीईसी, अब न्यू नॉर्मल आ गया. ये उनके शब्द है, मेरे नहीं है. और धमकाते हुए लहजे में कहते हैं कि नया चुनाव आयोग है, नया नॉर्मल है.
Okay, I have to show you Jairam Ramesh's tweet right here. So he says, today the India delegation met the Election Commission on the subject of Bihar Special Intensive Revision. Sir, the Election Commission was literally compelled to meet the delegation after having refused to do so. Ek to they were not meeting people. A few of us could not meet the Election Commission, which unilaterally imposed a limit of 2 representatives per party. I myself had to hang around the waiting room for almost 2 hours. Over the last 6 months, ECI has conducted itself in a manner which undermines the very basic of the democratic system. ECI is a constitutional body. It cannot routinely refuse requests for hearing from the opposition. It must abide by the principles and provisions of the Constitution. Most importantly, it cannot dictate arbitrary rules for interacting with political parties, such as deciding the designation of those attending or numbers who can attend or who is or isn't an authorized person. Basically, opposition parties have been trying to meet the election commission. First, they said that only party leaders are allowed to meet them, which is bullshit. This has never happened before. Second, when the delegation actually reached there on the given time, they give the time, they did not let people in. They were like, no, only 2 people per party. And why are you being so arbitrary and weird? Right? Then when they asked the election commission why are they behaving like this, the delegation rejected these new rules as arbitrary and confused. The election commission informed us that this is the new commission. We shudder to think what this new commission game plan is. Now, there are multiple people who were a part of the delegation who described it, right? Sanjay Jha was... Sanjay Jha. Who was... I'm sorry. I forget the name. JDU. RJD. There were a few people in the delegation who went there. They have been describing it various ways what has been happening. Some have said that the EC head, ECI Gyanesh Kumar Gupta, he basically said ki this is the new normal you have to follow. This is the new election commission. Which is Manoj Jha. Thank you so much, chat. Manoj Jha is who I was thinking of. Manoj Jha has said that they were rude, they were aggressive, they did not talk to them properly, and they said to their face that they intend to cut out 20% people out of the Bihar election voter list. The election commission head to this delegation, to their face, said that 20% to hatana hi hai. Do you realize what is happening here? They want to deliberately cut out 20% voters out of Bihar. 20%. That is a crazy number of people to disenfranchise from an entire state. This is how the election commission is now behaving, and that is why you will see this sort of reaction from people like Pawan Khera. which is very legit. I am pissed off thinking about listening to this. And honestly, like, these leaders wouldn't just come out and say this randomly, because this is an extremely serious accusation. Another big accusation will come now. Just watch.
नया नॉर्मल ये है कि अब चुनाव आयुक्त तय करेंगे कि कांग्रेस पार्टी से वो किस नेता से मिलेंगे.
Yeah.
आप कौन है साहब? आप क्यों तय करेंगे? आप तय करेंगे कि कितने लोगों से मिलेंगे. आप तय करेंगे कि कब मिलेंगे. ये न्यू नॉर्मल. अब हमें ये नहीं समझ में आया कि मुख्य चुनाव आयुक्त हैं, किसी के प्रति निजी टिप्पणी नहीं है हमारी. उन्होंने एक और परंपरा शुरू की. गुप्ता जी हैं वो, ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता जी, अपना नाम ज्ञानेश कुमार लिखते हैं. अब गुप्ता जी को ये लगता है कि पत्रकारों को वो व्हाट्सएप मैसेज करके खबरें प्लांट करेंगे और वो गुप्त रह जाएगी बात. गुप्ता जी यहां कुछ गुप्त नहीं रहता. आपने 24 घंटे का टाइमर लगा रखा है जिस नंबर से आप पत्रकारों को खबरें लीक करते हैं. वो सारे स्क्रीनशॉट्स हमारे पास भी आ जाते हैं. तो गुप्ता जी आप शायद नए हैं चुनाव आयोग में, ज्यादा पुराने नहीं हैं.
In case you missed what he just said, the head of the election commission has been planting news with separate journalists. He's been keeping a 24-hour disappearing timer or whatever, and those screenshots have come to the Congress. I feel like the Congress should make this public at this point of time. If he's doing this, if the head of the election commission is planting news with different reporters now, with sources in it, like you know how ANI puts it up, they should make it public. Yeah, make those screenshots public. Because if he's doing this, that's absolutely shameless. I wouldn't expect an election commission head to behave like this. Why is he behaving like a party spokesperson? This is what party spokesperson do all the time, which is plant news in different journals. Like, तुमको अगर बोलना है तो सीधा बोलो ना. Like, give a statement, give a letter. You have all sorts of, hold a press conference, tell people what is going on. No. Shadily message करके 24-hour timer sources. Our election commission head is doing this. This is a giant allegation, by the way. I feel like if this is true, they legit need to make this public, because holy shit. Holy shit. And he's just saying this. Nobody covered this. Honestly, I've seen zero people talk about this, but this is the biggest thing according to me. Because I am very desperate to see now, what is this election commissioner planting with different journalists? What is happening? What are these sources saying? Which is him.
आपको आज इस मंच से बता दूं, हम सब हंसते हैं फिर आपके उन संदेशों पर. वो संदेश गुप्त नहीं है गुप्ता जी, ध्यान रखिएगा. अब ज्ञानेश जी को पूरे चुनाव,
This is a very big allegation.
की बात कर रहा हूं, ना केवल चुनाव आयोग. जो भी लोग आज उन संस्थाओं में हैं, उन्हें ये समझ लेना चाहिए कि उनसे पहले उनसे कहीं बेहतर लोग उन कुर्सियों पर बैठकर जा चुके, और उनके बाद उनसे कहीं बेहतर लोग बैठने आएंगे. आप क्या विरासत छोड़कर जा रहे हो? आपको अगर लोग याद रखें तो क्या सोचकर याद रखेंगे? क्या ये सोचकर याद रखेंगे कि देश के तमाम विपक्षी दल आपसे वोटर्स लिस्ट मांग रहे थे और आप नहीं दे रहे थे? ये विरासत होगी क्या आपकी? क्या ये विरासत होगी कि आप कहेंगे कि अब वीडियो फुटेज नहीं दिया जाएगा 45 दिन के बाद विपक्ष को?
I told you that.
क्या ये विरासत होगी कि आपसे सवाल पूछे जा रहे हैं कि 5 बजे के बाद अचानक महाराष्ट्र में वोटिंग ज्यादा कैसे हो जाती, 12,000 बूथों पर, 85 असेंबली सेगमेंट्स पर? उसका जवाब नहीं देते. और दाएं बाएं से इंफॉर्मेशन लीक करेंगे, दाएं बाएं से जर्नलिस्ट को सोर्सेस करके खबरें चलाएंगे.
This is what he was saying. So Percy is asking, still did not understand this screenshot thing. Essentially, what, according to Pawan Khera, is alleging, what the head of ECI, Gyanesh Kumar Gupta ji, has been doing is that because of all these news stories coming out, opposition talking about their incompetence, attacking the election commission, calling them BJP ka chamche, whatever they are doing, what Gyanesh Kumar has thought would be a clever thing to do is to allegedly message different journalists on the DL with a 24-hour timer on and plant news in favor of the election commission. And then he would say that please put this up as sources. Don't put my name. That is how news is usually planted. You will see ANI doing this all the time, by the way, which is like whenever there is something that has to be said, like someone is criticizing someone and there is no real answer to it, then they will have like sources responding to them. Party sources say this is what is going on. Inside sources say this is what is going on. That is exactly what Gyanish Kumar has been trying to do, according to him. According to him. They got screenshots of him doing this. If they do, they need to make it public because this is a huge ass allegation. Because it means that not only is the election commission being shady, they're also trying to control the public narrative around what is happening deliberately using shady ways. Again, repeating, if they had to respond to this, they could have done this officially. They could have done it in press conferences. They could have written letters with their letterheads and signatures and officially responded to the opposition and whatever claims they are making. They're not doing that. They're planting news.
एक तो वो टाइमर लगाना बंद कर दीजिए गुप्ता जी, हंसते हैं सब। स्क्रीनशॉट में 24 सेकंड लगते हैं, आप भले 24 घंटे का टाइमर लगा दो, उससे क्या होता है? तो जो जिस तरह से चुनाव आयोग चला रहे हैं, मुझे लगता है लोकतंत्र और लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया पर बहुत बहुत बड़ा खतरा मंडरा है। हमें लगता था कि जो इनसे पहले थे वो फेयर नहीं है, अब इनको देखो तो वोट याद आने लग गए। ये स्थिति हो गई आज चुनाव। और ये खतरा विपक्ष के लिए नहीं है सिर्फ, ये खतरा आप सबके लिए है, एक एक वोटर के लिए है। कांग्रेस पार्टी से वो ले आता, आधे घंटे में ले आता। हमें कल ये आभास हुआ कि शायद हम गलत पते पर चले गए।
सैवेज।
इतनी बड़ी बिल्डिंग चुनाव आयोग, निर्वाचन सदन, पता नहीं कितने 1-1.5 एकड़ पे तो होगी, कई लाख स्क्वायर फुट होगी, मेरे और आपके पैसे से बनी होगी। इतनी बड़ी बिल्डिंग में बैठने की जरूरत क्या? बीजेपी का इतना अच्छा मुख्यालय है, वहां एक फ्लोर ले लीजिए, वहीं बैठ जाइए। हम क्यों बिचौलियों से मिले? हम सीधा बीजेपी से बात करेंगे। माफ कीजिएगा, चुनाव आयोग किसी पार्टी का बिचौलिया नहीं हो सकता। सबको अपने दायरे में रहकर काम करना होगा, ये लोकतंत्र की परिभाषा है और सबका दायरा संविधान ने फिक्स कर रखा है, नियमित कर रखा है।
In case you didn't get the savageness of this, he just called the election commission a middleman. He said that why are we even sitting in the election commission office? Why don't we just sit in the BJP's headquarters? Why are we talking to middlemen and not directly to the party who are controlling you? Just Pawan Khera being savage. When Pawan Khera is savage, I feel like I take Pawan Khera seriously when he's savage like this. Like this savageness doesn't just come out of anywhere. Clearly, Jairam Ramesh se leke Manoj Jha, Pawan Khera, and also, by the way, there are other people who also spoke after that. I don't know who is this gentleman, but when he spoke also, damn, he was also very savage. And Chad, do you know who this is?
कल के बाद या हफ्ते 10 दिन से वो उम्मीदें भी खत्म हो। ये सरकार तुगलकी फरमानों की सरकार है और हमें लग रहा था कि इलेक्शन कमीशन उससे अभी तक बचा हुआ है।
I don't know who this is, but he was also pretty savage. Overall, the feeling I got from this entire sequence of events, and this is where the sequence of events actually ends, the election commission really has to put in a lot of effort at this point to make me and a lot of other people trust them. Right now, I don't. And they just keep doing worse and worse things, which is the most strange part. Right? Which is like, after the Maharashtra elections, I was giving them a little bit of benefit of doubt. Because I was like, yeah, maybe I should still trust them, etc. But after this whole Bihar thing happened, no, when it was announced and the CCTV footage, the one that they passed the rules so quickly, they want to delete the CCTV footage, all those things, it's just piling up now. And now I have legit lost faith. I'm like, inse na ho payega. Like, they're also not even trying. Instead, they're being aggressive. They're being shady. They're being sneaky. the election commission should not behave like this, because the long term damage that they will cause when people start losing faith in elections is I cannot describe it in words, because that is where democracy goes to die. The election commission's singular job, as I said in the beginning, is to make people trust in the elections so that everything else follows after that, which is electing representatives, your own representation in parliament and assemblies, government, government decisions, everything flows from there. That is step one, which is trusting elections. If they are behaving like this, I don't know. Like one of the most populated states in the country, they are botching up their entire voter list. They are going to remove 20% of names from that state. Why? Why? What is the and why are you doing it in 2 months? Why don't you do it like, why didn't you announce it before, or why don't you do it after the elections? What is the hurry? I don't understand. These are all things which are piling up, and I don't know what is happening in Bihar. BJP is desperate. That's what is happening basically. BJP is extremely desperate. They know they are not winning Bihar. That's what it is. They don't want young people, poor people, and Dalit, Bahujan, Adivasis to vote. They don't want minorities to vote, and that is why they are doing this. They don't want migrants to come back and vote. That is why they are doing this. JDU is losing popularity. BJP is not that popular anyway without JDU. RJD must be gaining. Even Prashant Kishore might be gaining as a result. They're worried. So now they're just doing whatever they can to hold on to power. That is exactly what they did in Maharashtra. Now I'm convinced they did, because behavior, in retrospect, now I suspect what they did in Maharashtra also, because otherwise this shadiness wouldn't have happened. They would have given clear answers. So far they haven't. Which means this is a hijacking happening of our entire election process in front of us. Unfortunately, not many people are talking about this. So I thought I would spend a good 1.5 hours talking about this, so that you get each and every detail of what is going on, where it is coming from, what are the allegations, what I think about it. I'm not saying you should think about it that way. What I think about it, to sort of help you understand what is going on, and also to warn you that even if you're not from Bihar, there is a chance that next they are going to do this in every state. They will come for you eventually. तुम्हारा भी नाम कटने वाला है फिर वोटर लिस्ट से. So be prepared, right? Just be prepared. It's not going to be great. When I said that 2026 is going to be interesting, I didn't expect it to be so interesting, but clearly it is going to be interesting. And if 20% people are actually removed from the voter list, I think there will be massive protests. Bihar is the lab for this experiment. I agree. They might be testing this in Bihar, and then they will see what to do in West Bengal and UP and other states. हटा देंगे. अगर तुम हमारे लिए वोट नहीं करोगे, हटा देंगे तुमको. वोटर लिस्ट से हटा देंगे. फिर देखते हो क्या करना है. And we will add our own people, our floating addressless ghost people. And then Devendra Fadnavis will answer everyone, who is now unofficially the election commission spokesperson, looks like. Even Barkha Dutt changed sides. Which side is she on? Wait, what side was she? And what changed? I don't. Already asked my parents to search and check if they have their birth certificate and 10th pass certificate. Oh yeah, you better. Why do you think AAP announced foray into Bihar elections when they have zero presence there? And do you think Prashant will be able to make into power as Bihar is bound by caste-based polity? So one of the things I agree with Prashant when he says कि this whole caste based politics होता है, caste based politics होता है, caste based politics, it is very specifically aimed at Bihar sometimes because it just makes it look like there is no other thing that people vote on. When you keep saying that हाँ ये caste based voting करते हैं, caste based, that's not the only thing people vote on, right? The reason what Prashant gives, which I actually agree with, is that there is no person who is of the Modi caste in Bihar, but Modi ji still wins. Like this, BJP still gets votes on his face. नीतीश कुमार के कास्ट के लोग कितने हैं? They still get votes on his face. So yeah, so let's tone that down a little bit. Even when we are talking about Bihar, I do agree with this. Let's not go by this logic anymore. It's a factor, but I don't think it's that big of a factor as people make it out to be. Just saying. I feel like a lot more people vote based on whether they will get ration, whether the government will give them what they want, whether the government will give them universal basic income, for example, things like that. More people vote based on that. And what do I think about Aam Aadmi Party going to Bihar? I have no idea. I don't know why they are going, but they're going. आम आदमी पार्टी थोड़ा सा उनका नीचे चल रहा है गाइस, थोड़ा सा डाउन चल रहा है उनका, बट आई डोंट नो व्हाई दे आर गोइंग टू बिहार, बट आई गेस कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा अभी. Maybe like demonetization, it was decided overnight. I do feel that. Is there a comparison of docs for new voter versus Bihar folks? I didn't understand. Comparison of docs. The word shady is not strong enough anymore. Agreed, Hito. Thank you for the 6 months. Nehal, it is a tactic to push voters to not vote. I mean, they're removing people from the voter list. That is the tactic there. So that's why they won't vote, because they're not on the list anymore. Dragoons is saying, apart from the fact that this news isn't getting coverage and this news conference, what are India Alliance planning to do? Too depressing. I think Dragoons, they are planning to go to court also, because someone said they will. I'm guessing there will be protests that will be organized during this time. In Bihar especially, they might be like planning protests around this. I think that's what we will see them doing. Even if they're doing press conferences like this and spreading awareness, I feel like it is also like responsibility of the public to also highlight these things. That's what I'm trying to do. I hope more people do that. July 4th ka special stream. Hi from Mamdani's area. Hey, hi, how are you doing? Oh wait, today is July 4th. Oh, I didn't even realize. What today is, like American Independence Day or whatever, na? Happy Independence Day. 4th of July, whatever. क्या बोलते रहे 4th of July को? 4th of July. What's your take on Prashant Kishore and Jansuraj as third front? Will there be any surprise this time from PK? Amount of effort he is putting since October 2022. Just massive, barely anyone can come close. Siddharth, so they got 10% votes, huh? Like in the by-election, their vote percentage was 10%, which I was very shook to see. Because for a debut party to get that much vote share is new. And I've been following PK for a while. I've been following his efforts in general for a while. I do feel like he will make a dent. I don't know how, but he's trying to fill the JDU void at this time, which is like Nitish Kumar is declining. His party is declining. The man is declining just because he's old. I mean, I guess I can say that. He's not doing well. So Prashant Kishore is kind of filling that void that Nitish Kumar is going to leave. And he might actually be successful at it. Right now, he claims that he has like, how many? 1 crore registered people into Jansuraj. which is a crazy number, by the way, when you think about it. He has built organizations all across Bihar in every district, according to him, in every panchayat, which takes a lot of effort, and he did. Since October 2022 he started, and he's been walking, doing padyatras. So yeah. What did you not expect, Shrishti? Two questions. Who names themselves as Meghnad, like Kumbhakaran? When can we see a clean shaven Meghnad? Oh, wow. Also, I didn't name myself, my grandfather did. And when will you see a clean shaven Meghnad? Never. Never. For your entire life. Also, my partner will divorce me, so. मेरी औरत मुझे छोड़ के चली जाएगी फ्रेंड्स अगर मैं दाढ़ी हटाएगा तो बिकॉज अकॉर्डिंग टू हर आई लुक लाइक अ टीनेजर एंड शी लुक्स लाइक अ पीडोफाइल एज अ रिजल्ट सो देन या नहीं नहीं Question unrelated to Bihar. Why did Modi accept Ghana award? It's not the highest civilian award of Ghana. It's the second highest. Is it? Modi should do Andolan for being shortchanged. Modi ji is influencering. That's what he does. Prime influencer is prime influencering. अगर औरत ने छोड़ दिया तो प्रधानमंत्री बनना पड़ेगा ओ गॉड क्या बर्न करते हो रे ऐसे छोड़ दो ना प्राइम इन्फ्लुएंसर को पुअर गाय ही इज गोइंग अराउंड द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ हैविंग फन ऑन टैक्स पेयर मनी ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशंस विद ट्रिनिडाड एंड टोबैगो एंड व्हाटएवर ब्रिक्स नेशंस के साथ आफ्टर वी हैव रिजेक्टेड द करेंसी ऑफ ब्रिक्स एंड वी माइट गेट किक्ड आउट ऑफ ब्रिक्स ऑल्सो Pakistan has the UN Security Council presidentship also. मजे आ रहे हैं हमको तो. Prime influencer is doing diplomatic things outside and you are cursing him like this? What is this behavior? Chat? What is this behavior? When we got our voters ID in Karnataka, it was on the basis of Aadhaar. Why can't people in Bihar register themselves with Aadhaar? Beating heart, I got my Delhi mein voter ID was based on Aadhaar also. Yeah, it was. So I completely hear you. I mean, Delhi mein hua hai ye. Like, oh, by the way, when I fought the independent elections, what you have to do is you bring 10 proposers, right? Who will propose your name so that you can be on the ballot box. So what the procedure is that you have to take IDs of these proposers. You have to go to the AERO, which is the Election Commission office. You have to show them the ID. You have to give a letter saying that this person is in this part number of this election, la 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 la, and then you have to give it to them. They will give you a certificate. So 7 out of 10 people who proposed my name gave their Aadhaar card. So if by this logic, if Aadhaar card is not applicable for anything election related, my candidature should be cancelled. And that of many people, by the way. Not just me. Mostly all proposers would have given their voter ID and one of their Aadhaar card or driving license as proof that they are actual people. If this logic stands, then now for the future elections, I don't think proposers should be allowed to give their Aadhaar as IDs. मजा देखो तुम अब. तुम मजा देखो. If you're not allowing people to be included in the voter list by using their Aadhaar card and other cards, then you shouldn't allow proposers to propose names of candidates and use the same documents. Then your proposers need to give their birth certificate. Every proposer who is proposing a candidate's name should give their birth certificate, property certificate, caste certificate, all those 11 documents. और NRC. मैं करेगा. मैं इतना शोर करेगा ना इस पे seriously. Like, if you have started this, if the election commission has gone down this route, the amount of damage it will cause them, they don't realize. They do not realize this. Hey, Spirit Crowd, thank you so much for the 5 memberships. Thank you, thank you. Hey, कितना तारीख है? 4th. Where is my salary gang? Salary gang किधर है? I expect you in the first week, salary gang. You got your salaries and you are not throwing money at me. How dare? How dare? People come here hopefully first week of every month, and because salary gang comes and they'll be like, ये लो. पता नहीं किधर गए. ऐसे आ गए दिन हमारे. I feel like a emotionally manipulative auntie at this point of time, right? Osiris, I'm not complaining about you. I saw what you did. You are a part of salary gang also. Thank you. And now Spirit Cloud is also part of salary gang. You'll be the first influencer I'll start supporting when you'll start earning. Oh, thank you so much. Akshdeep earns minimum wage. Hey, if the finance minister can gaslight people, मैंने क्या गलती की है? मैं भी करेगा. Why is there strong push by authoritarian governments across to curb human and civil rights? I know you're optimistic, but I feel very doomed by following the news altogether. I get that feeling. I mean, I know why you feel doomed and why you feel like, oh my god, kidhar ja raha hai. But my thing is that if you're constantly vigilant and if more people are vigilant and they have the balls to question authority, because that is what they fear the most, right? Which is people who talk, people who ask questions, people who spread awareness, people who educate other citizens about their rights, so that they become self-confident and start questioning authorities. They want sheep, they want bheed, they want mobs to follow them. They want brainless idiots who will troll people on their behalf. They want people who will file random FIRs against people because that is the incentive structure they think is the way to advance in a party. They don't promote people within a party because, oh, they might have helped people in the area. They might have gotten like a sewage work done. They might have gotten some work done. BJP is rewarding those people. No. BJP rewards people based on how much gali they give online, how much FIRs people file against popular people to take them down. That is their whole party culture. If you are someone who is not agreeing with that party culture, if you are someone who is the opposite of that, who is a thinking, critical thinking, questioning, talking, speaking, confident citizen, that is their biggest nightmare. So anyone who is doing that is a threat. हो गया gaslight. Hey, Parth got gaslight. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Aditi. Thank you. I'm funded by Slytherin officially now. Oh, Soros bhi hai. CCP कम है, guys. I was hoping more CCP, less CIA. Disappointing. You think I'm funded by America? Guys, this is unfair. I want to be funded by China. Stronger power. Also, Modi ji बात भी नहीं करते. Actually, दोनों के बारे में बात नहीं करते now. Bad to be funded by Soros. I do want to be either America, whatever, funded, CIA, CCP, either of them is okay with me because now Modi ji doesn't talk about either of them. I'll get utmost respect. Utmost respect. Hey, Suman, give salary ka hissa. Thank you. Hot take, India today is not authoritarian but an insecure masculine men getting validation from prime influencer and another insecure masculine guy in his ecosystem. I would say that does count. I mean, I would say that we are, let's say, what is it? Electoral autocracy is how someone had described it, if I'm not wrong. VDEM, I think, has called us an electoral autocracy. Partha, thank you. Any news about the censorship bill? I have been living under a rock for a while now. Broadcasting bill hasn't made its appearance till now, but I think monsoon session we will be vigilant. If that happens again, we will tell you. Yes, the parliament session, by the way, is going to start on the 21st of July. So, yeah, we're going to follow the parliament sessions also. I'll see if we can do an MPGA during that time in Delhi. Let's see. I'll tell you. Modi naam bhi nahi lete China ka and make you're looking for funding from China. That is the reason why I want funding from China. I will be protect हो जाएंगे हम तो, है ना? फिर मोदी जी कुछ नहीं कर सकते. चाइना और अमेरिका, either way, मोदी जी कुछ नहीं कर सकते. This is a kleptocracy. Okay, fair. I agree with that. Did you discuss the shit that's been happening about scrapping old vehicles in Delhi? I did in a members only live stream, but it is absolute shit. Absolutely garbage rule. Like 10 saal diesel and 15 years of petrol. I'm always, whenever they bring in such idiotic, moronic policies, I always ask the first question, implement kaise karenge? Like, I don't know. I'll go and fill petrol next week and then I'll tell you what happens. But kaise karenge implement? Like, they've put CCTV cameras and whatever, but like, are you going to check every vehicle, every RC book, every person who is coming into a petrol pump to see if their vehicle is older than 10 or 15 years? How is this going to happen? I don't understand. Like, random bureaucracy क्यों add करते हैं लोग? And then what does the PUC certificate mean then? Bullshit rules. And I said that this is, I think, a conspiracy by the auto lobby, so that people in Delhi have to buy more cars and be in more debt, because auto lobby is like the auto manufacturing lobby. They go, oh my God, people are not buying our cars anymore. So that's why they Delhi Sarkar ne ye kar diya. Sodi, thank you for the 5 memberships also. Thank you. Small request, if possible, can we stop playing music for the 6-7 minutes in the beginning? Few minutes makes sense, but 6 minutes too long. Sorry to sound first world problem. No, Pavan, you know why I do that, no, chat? Chat, you know why I play music in the beginning for 6-7 minutes, right? I hope you know, because otherwise I'll have to explain this to you, because I thought that's the most obvious thing why I do it. Oh, ek number, all support for you. Thank you, Ashwin. Oh, Srishti also doesn't know. Music being played is to allowed. Yeah, dude, the reason why. Thank you, Osiris. Thank you for the 5 memberships. देखो, salary day अभी शुरू हो रहा है. Guys, salary day शुरू हो रहा है. Stay if you want membership. Clearly, salary day is kicking in now. So the reason why I play music in the beginning is because YouTube से notification जाता है लोगों को, and I wait for people to come on chat, get chat busy, see that there are members who are there who are waiting, and then I come in. That's why I play the music. That's the whole reason, because YouTube, once you go live on YouTube, notifications start going. So I give like a 5-minute grace period for people to come, settle down, chill, because they know that this is going to go on for like hours, right? At this point of time. I mean, if you know how live streams work, because that's what you do. You wait for people to come, settle down, finish whatever they were doing for 5 minutes, because they know, oh, chalu ho raha hai. Okay, fine, 5 minutes mein chalu hone wala hai. That's why I do it. Like, because if I suddenly come, then it doesn't give people time to settle down and get into the headspace of actually consuming a live stream like this and interacting with me. That is why the 5-minute music. I was basically of the mood that I'll do like a 10-minute music also, and probably I will. कमरा वगैरह साफ कर ले. Is it true that BS6 vehicle is 80% less pollutant than BS41? I have no idea, Hephaestus. I have not read about this. If there is any auto expert here, maybe they can answer your question. You should play Khush Hai Zamana Aaj Pehli Tarikh Hai in the start of the month. Ooh, but that will be copyrighted, no, Ashwin? By the way, Meghnad, why did you lose elections? Will you ever contest again? I would say contest on a hot seat again, some big player. At least you gain subscribers from the Cloudmate. Why did I lose elections? Obviously, there is an obvious reason why I lost. Is because I didn't campaign much. I was fighting from an independent ticket. I got my election symbol like 15 days before the actual elections. And of course, I couldn't match the budgets of other parties, etc. And I hadn't campaigned much. The idea was not to campaign, honestly, Project Tanda ka. Project Tanda was when I fought elections in Delhi Assembly. The idea was I wanted to see if I can myself alone get my name on the ballot. I wanted to go through that process. And I wanted to go and see within the election commission what happens and how this whole thing is done. So, yeah. That's why I did it. And will I fight again? Who knows? I don't make much long-term plans. You should know this about me, chat. I do not like making long-term plans. I've spoken about this many times. I think making long-term plans doesn't make any sense in 2025 because every long-term plan that you make will be disrupted either by technology, randomness, chaos, or just random events happening around the world. The world has truly gone nuts if you didn't notice. How will you plan when the world is in chaos? So I don't plan long term. We'll see. If I feel like it, I can again fight maybe. My co-workers are praising Yogi ji because they say he made UP safer. That's true. Actually, I've seen this on the ground when I was in UP. This is something that Yogi ji gets credit for all the time. Because he did encounter treatment in UP, no? He just gaya, like चालू करके ठोक दिया. Like 2-3 local गुंडों को पकड़ के extrajudicial ठोक दिया. That was his policy. He spread fear in the criminals. And that worked in a lot of places in UP. I mean, it is a very unorthodox way of doing this. I don't like it. I think its extrajudicial killings are horrifying. But that's what he did. योगी जी ने किया तो कुछ सोच समझ के किया होगा. But Yogi is very popular, by the way, in UP. I've seen this and I have no qualms saying this, that one of the reasons why Yogi ji is still popular is because people genuinely credit him for fixing the law and order situation, which the Samajwadi Party had absolutely trashed. Watching this live an hour and 20 minutes behind the actual. Thank you for your work. Hey, thank you, Jarudhi. Thank you. Thank you. When you said auto lobby, I thought rickshaw lobby. Car automobile lobby. Oh yeah, there are 2 lobbies. True. Auto rickshaw ne. Car lobby. Forgot bulldozer. Oh, that's true. I mean, वो भी एक factor है. पार्थ इज सेइंग सर्वाइवल मोड में ही रहूं अभी तो SSRI स्टार्ट की. व्हाट SSRI? Parth, thank you for the 1 month, by the way. I definitely agree. Law and order has improved in Uttar Pradesh. Yeah, Pranav, I know this. A lot of people are saying this. I was also looking at the whole Jungle Raj thing, okay, in Bihar. I was reading like Sankarshan Thakur's pieces, etc., to understand what happened during Lalu's time. Between 1990 and 2005, during the Rabdi Devi and Lalu Yadav era, Bihar was known as Jungle Raj. Chat, do you know what Jungle Raj is? Why do they keep calling it Jungle Raj? If you don't know, please say hi. Oh, SSRI are antidepressants. Oh, I did not know that. My bad. I didn't make fun of him, right? No. Lot of people, okay. Law of the jungle. So, I mean, of course, Jungle Raj, the meaning you know, law of the jungle. But why is Bihar called that? I mean, I should leave this country at this point. ECI is killing the constitution. But okay, so the reason why Lalu's era is called Jungle Raj is because I don't know if you've seen this movie called Apaharan. Um, so there was this guy, what was his name? There was this Don, Muhammad Shahabuddin. I think that was him. I forget the name of this Don who was like the right hand man of Lalu Prasad Yadav. Essentially, the worst man alive, right? He was like a proper Don. He had like cases of extortion, murder, kidnapping, assault, all sorts of nonsense. Proper Don, right? In Bihar. When Lalu came to power, that guy was practically running the entire police department, right? So his people were going wild. They were they were kidnapping bureaucrats, murdering bureaucrats. They were kidnapping government officials, political leaders. They were kidnapping celebrities. They were asking for ransom or just plain murdering them to send a message. That was going on for 15 years in Bihar. Like, there was a point where people literally started making jokes about how Bihar has no law and order situation. Lalu Prasad to is like just running like a wild country sort of a thing, etc. Rabdi Devi came in and she also did the same thing. So for 15 years, this Don, I think there were like 3 of them. Chat, just remind me the names. There was, I think, one Arun Yadav, I think. There was this Shahabuddin fellow or Muhammad Shahabuddin and another person. They went on like this wild murder / kidnapping spree and nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to them. The police was extremely scared of them. Nobody lifted a finger. There was a lot of election manipulation that happened during that time, booth capturing, all sorts of things. The central government also tried to put like precedents rule, but everybody was so scared of Lalu Prasad Yadav and his people that they were like, oh shit, nahi karte, phat gayi sabki. It's just crazy. Okay. So when Nitish Kumar came to power in 2005, that was one of the reasons why he came to power. Because everybody was so scared and tired of Lalu Prasad Yadav and his dadagiri. Everybody was like, boss, isko hatao. And now Nitish Kumar is still using that to come to power. Like, so the terror was so much that nobody dared to bring Lalu Prasad Yadav back until recently. इतना फट गया था सबका, like इतना law and order situation was so bad that people were like, नहीं भाई, do not want. They kidnapped Adani. What? Oh, this I did not know. You are just ranting what was in the media. No, I have stopped the bullshit. Arey, wait, you deny that Lalu Prasad Yadav was running a jungle raj? Are you freaking serious? Like, there are literal like pothas written on this. Like, by very credible journalists, I must say. It's not just a random media abhi bol raha hai. This has happened. Like, there are recorded incidents of bureaucrats, etc., getting kidnapped and murdered in Bihar. By all upper caste journalists. Okay, Satyan Buryat. All writing were upper caste. Okay. There was a Chara Ghotala scam. Yes, I know that. I know that. Wait, so fair. Okay, Satyam, what I'll do is let me. Now that you've brought in this caste angle, it has made me think a little bit, but I will try to read more on this. Okay, that is something I promise. This is my current impression, right? Because this is based on all the things I've read about that time, of what happened in Bihar, right? As I said, that these were maybe the sources that I've used, etc., where upper caste people who had like a casteist tendency against Lalu Yadav and his people, whatever it is. Okay, but I will read more perspectives. That is something I'll promise. But this is currently my view. Okay, open to changing it. Not saying that it is set in stone or whatever, because honestly, I haven't done much study on this. This is completely based on what I've read. So, but I will do it. I will do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not dismissing you. I'm not. Lalu is credited with lower caste upliftment. That is true, and so is Mayawati, of course, in UP. Even Mulayam Singh Yadav, to a certain extent, is credited with that, etc. Lalu Prasad Yadav, of course, has. I think no, Mamta Banerjee or Lalu. I think Lalu Prasad Yadav is the most efficient railway minister. Like, he did the most efficient job at railway expansion or something. Was it him or Mamta Banerjee? Or maybe both? I think Lalu only. Bihar was historically run by upper caste and they didn't like Lalu's time. They did have a problem, but not like what was written in media. Ranveer Sena was brought up to counter. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll read more about this for sure. I need to have a different perspective maybe. Yes, Lalu made the railways profitable for the first time. Yeah, yeah. The trouble is that some see subjected people as Robin Hoods and some see it as lawlessness. Good principles is what matters, and Lalu had no good principles and even less education. Okay, that's one perspective as well. Evidence of his corruption is very concrete and substantial. Stop glazing him. Dude literally put his wife in CM post when she went to jail. Who do you think does that? No, Akshdeep, see, here's the thing. I have my perspective, I gave it, right? Someone is countering me with their own perspective. Instead of dismissing it, what I'm saying is that I need to probably read about this more. But I am saying that right now my perspective stands based on whatever I read. I'm not saying it is set in stone. I am willing to change it if I see sources which tell me, like credible sources or narratives or different perspectives from different castes or people who will give me a better idea of what happened during Lalu's 15 years. Right? That is what I'm saying. What you are saying, Akshdeep, is basically dismissing it, which I don't think is a good idea for you either. Don't dismiss it. Maybe there is some truth to that as well, because casteism is a big reality in India, and perspectives, when perspectives come in, upper caste perspectives always leak into the media, consciously, unconsciously, whatever it is, but mostly they do. So we should also like try to find other perspectives. Yeah. Bro, मैं literally untouchable है, upper caste नहीं है. That's fine. I'm saying that there can be different perspectives. What is the problem with that? Very touchy subjects. I have my upper caste friends from Bihar and lower caste people. Very different perspectives. Had crazy conversations. Worth a deep dive. Okay. Is Raghav Marathe also your name? Is it a fictional? It's a fictional name. It's a created character. Semi-autobiographical. Semi. Fodder scam was started by Jagannath Mishra, but he didn't go to jail, and Lalu is still reminded of that. Every side is doing this. The left performs victimhood, the right performs wounded pride. Everyone is reverting to collected grievance as performance. Yeah, that is a big malady, but that's also an internet thing, no? Posit. I think everybody on the internet just becomes that. The reason why I do live streams is because of this sort of things, no? Like you get to challenge me right here, then and there, but most people are very uncomfortable with this idea of their current thought process or ideas being challenged. I'm not. Largely not. 80% I'm not. Maybe 70%. No, 80% I'm not. 20% I'm a ass. 20% I'm like, no, मैं ये सोचता मैं यही करने वाला है. But 80% I'm subject to change. Also depends on my mood. Right now I'm in a very changey mood. Most people don't realize he made the railways profitable by adding charges, which helped in the short term but harmed industries in the long term. Again, I have not read much about this either, so I have no comment on that. Then how do we know who is true? Well, it is worth questioning what is true. Is all information true? No. The fact that we get so much information on a daily basis because of the internet, like literally constantly, doesn't mean that you're getting truth, no? In fact, if you're getting more information, then most information is unlikely to be true. What is true is something that you have to judge and discern yourself. So that is why you need to develop your own critical thinking. And you need to be open. And you need to be open to the fact that a lot of information that you will get is opinion, perspectives. They will have unconscious biases, maybe unfair opinions also. And then you have to work hard to sort of figure out what is true or not. That is it. That is what wisdom is. The search for truth is a big, like giant process. And to get to the truth, you need to have as many perspectives as possible about a particular event. And if you don't have those, be open to having some later, maybe, when you find them. So, for example, like right now, like I have a perspective because based on whatever I read, Sankarshan Thakur, etc. जो भी बिहार के बारे में जंगल राज whatever reports I've read, people in chat have a perspective, right, which is about maybe Lalu was a victim of narrative media which is run by upper caste, etc. And maybe he did do like a lot of upliftment for the poor, etc. And the upper caste hated it, so that's why they turned Lalu into a villain. That is one perspective I'm hearing in chat. There is another perspective about his performance as a railway minister. Why did he make it profitable? So when I said, oh, he made it profitable, Killa gave an example. Oh, maybe he increased the charges and it was great for short term, but maybe not for long term. See, every event and every claim that you bring in is information right now which is coming to you, but is it true or not? It's not. You have to work hard to find out if it's true or not. That's what it is. Shankarshan has Thakur in his. I know this. I know he's an upper caste journalist. I know this, Satyam. Our leaders transformed into bullies who need bigger bully like Trump to subdue them, and it is embarrassing and shaming the entire country. Leaders? Which leader? We don't have leaders. I've made this stand. Like, I don't think we have leaders. We have netas. We have politicians. Leaders look different. Leaders are made up of some different, like DNA only. Dr. Ambedkar was a leader. He might not have won elections, but he was still a leader. Gandhi was a leader. Nehru was also a leader. Yeah, so many people. Bhagat Singh was a leader. We have cult leaders. Yeah. Those are not leaders. We have cults. We have politicians. We have netas. The job of a leader is to tell society that they're doing wrong. I genuinely believe that. Like, if society is doing something wrong, or like a collective, a mob is doing something wrong, it is the leader's job to tell the mob, go against the mob, and fix it. And tell them again and again ki whatever you are thinking is wrong. Don't do this. Currently, our lot of the people in power, they don't do that. They basically have tapped into the basest instincts of the mob, like casteism, bigotry, minority hate, just absolute stupidity also to a large extent, where people don't even want to listen, arrogance, loudness, all of these base instincts, animal instincts, the current lot of politicians have tapped into it, the people in power, and they're exploiting it because it's easy. It's easy for people to not get challenged based on that, right? And then also do whatever they want. So they'll vote for them because it's easy. You know, one example I can give you is, let's say there are two rooms, right? One room is all healthy food, like salads, amazing stuff, protein, low fat, like very healthy, non-processed stuff. The other has like fried chicken and all this fried stuff and amazingly tasty burgers and whatever. Now, if a politician comes, he will basically say, okay, look, two rooms, and then he will nudge people towards this. And when they go towards the unhealthy room, he will be like, ha, ab vote do, this is all food I gave you, and people will eat it. They will be like, yeah, we like this is so tasty, etc. But what a leader will do is he will bring forward two rooms, and then he will encourage people to go into the healthy room, not the unhealthy one. The leader will say, listen, I know it's very tempting to go and eat all that fried shit, which will probably hurt you and whatever, and it is unhealthy to go there and do this. So please try, just try karke dekh lo. Salad, like, it's healthy, it's nice, it will make you feel good, it's nice. We can go on a run after that, we can exercise. That's what a leader does. But that requires work. That requires going against the base instincts of normal people. That goes against the mob and what it wants. That's why I don't think we have leaders anymore. Speaking of change, can you do a deep dive video on Russia-Ukraine war involving deep state angles? I think education about this subject is important. Russia-Ukraine war. Am I the right person to do this, Skept Indian? I'm not sure if I am. I'm not sure if I am the right person to do like a deep dive video on Russia-Ukraine. And also there are a bunch of them already available, I think, who have done a better job at it. Is Raga a leader? To a certain extent, I feel like he is now. He's showing signs of that, especially with things like the caste census. That is something that a leader does. I feel like he's going against the current sort of belief system or the hegemony that is there in the powerful right now. And he's dealing with caste. It's a very uncomfortable, touchy topic for this country, by the way. It's no joke. It is a very sensitive topic, and he is going at it for a while, which is something that a leader should do. So I think after the Bharat Jodo Yatra, I'm seeing signs. Yes, I am seeing signs. Is he completely 100% a leader? I can't say that. But he's showing signs for sure. Like, for example, I know that Kejriwal used to be a leader, but then he changed. Then he became a politician. It's the opposite thing. Let me ask this. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was living in the PM office with his partner Rajkumari Kaul and her husband. I have never heard that story in media ever because upper caste journalists. Oh, yeah, I've heard of this. I've heard about this from people, but I don't think anyone in the mainstream media has ever covered this. Have they? I don't know. But I don't think, is the reason the upper caste journalist part here, Satyam, or is it that the guy was a prime minister? And a lot of people were uncomfortable saying things about Atal Bihari Vajpayee and whatever it is. Might be, I don't know. Just another view. Do you think Rahul Gandhi can become someone like Bernie Sanders? Why? No, I think I agree with Srishti what she's saying. Why does he have to be Bernie Sanders? He can just be Rahul Gandhi. Yeah. Why compare? He can just be Rahul Gandhi, no? The thing with Rahul Gandhi, especially caste census, is that he is co-opting the messaging of all your Adivasi Bahujan leaders but never gives them platform. He's not bringing people together yet. He's not giving them platform. I mean, I feel like he's platforming a lot of them on his YouTube channel, etc. as well. And he's trying to sell an idea. And he has the power and he can gain the attention of the upper caste dominated media because he's an upper caste dominated person. So if he's speaking about this idea and trying to change it, I don't think there's anything wrong. Rahul Gandhi is a beat down, lost aristocrat who is so trying to be irrelevant. Like you're saying he's trying to be irrelevant or he's trying to be relevant? I'm confused. Rahul Gandhi should quit politics. That's the best thing for Congress in our country. Okay, fine. That's one way to look at it. Raga needs to stand up to other people of his own party when they don't toe the party line and discipline them and not let them get away with anything. I kind of disagree with this, Akshadeep. I feel like this whole party discipline thing is a bit overrated. I feel like parties need to function democratically and all sorts of ideas should be entertained within a party. Because within a party, there should be like discussions, nuances, disagreements that should happen about policies, about views, all the things. I don't agree that there needs to be this, everybody needs to be disciplined and follow the party line. That's not a democratic setup. It's an authoritarian setup. And I disagree with a party which does that. So I don't like the fact that some top leader will shut someone else down because they're not allowed to say this because it goes against our party line or whatever. Bullshit. I don't agree with that. I think you can have all sorts of voices and people within the same party and still stay together based on basic values. Anti-defection law ruined everything. I agree. Yeah. Anti-defection law comes from the same logic, right? Which is discipline karo sabko. Please step out of this mindset. Please. I don't think you will like living in a household like that, right? Where in a household where sab log discipline karenge. The patriarch will be the one to tell everyone what to do. There should be no opposing voices. Nahi to tumko ghar se nikal denge. I don't think that household is very happy. I don't think that household can do much also. Yeah, just saying. I wouldn't want to live in a household like that. Of course, that discussion should happen, but in private, not when you're trying to win elections. All need to be on the same page in front of media. Why? Why shouldn't it happen in front of the media? I would trust people more if they have it in front of the media. Why not? Like, and what are you so afraid of? I don't understand this. Ki, oh, don't have disagreements in front of the media. Problem क्या है भाई? तुमको अच्छा नहीं लगेगा क्या? Like if two leaders are basically coming from different viewpoints but are in the same party, and by the end of the debate they actually stay in the same party, disagree with each other, but also come to a common ground which finally becomes the party line. Or maybe 5 leaders are debating and disagreeing with each other. What is your problem? I don't think we are, like, that's the thing now. Like, you don't like giving credit to people or just general public. We just assume that the public is stupid, no? That, oh, इनको तो यही देखना है, उनको दिखा कि, oh, देख, शशि थरूर ने ऐसे बोला तो उसको बाहर निकालना चाहिए, because how will they win elections? Please, stop. That's not the point, is it? People should understand that there can be nuanced critical thinking within a party, there can be disagreements about the same policy, and they can still stay together and fight elections together. I would love to have a party like this. And it is possible to win elections like this because, initially Congress used to be like this. This is sounding like we shouldn't criticize India at an international forum because it will make the country look bad. The fact that a party has members who are free to disagree is good. Exactly my point. Akshdeep is saying people see politicians as larger than life. Public disagreement break that illusion and makes them feel human. You and I will vote for them, but the average Indian will not. Why won't the average Indian vote for them? If most politicians are like this, then the average Indian will vote for them. The thing is, people are so afraid to even look at different models, no? Because even Akshdeep, you have assumed that, oh, this is the way to win elections. Discipline. Nobody should go against the party lines, etc. Because that is what we've been told. We don't see any other way to do it anymore. That's the tragic part there. I think the normal thing is the other thing. This shouldn't be normal. This is an authoritarian setup. It is not a democratic setup. A democratic setup would be people within party disagreeing and coming to like common, that should be normal. But what happens is that opinions like this is what doesn't let it become normal. You think that is an anomaly. Oh, this is so strange. No, that is what should be normal. This is the anomaly. The authoritarian setup should be the anomaly. It is what crazy people do. It is what authoritarian power grabby people do, which is discipline, party jeetna hai sabko. It's an election machine, Chanakya chal raha hai, 5D chess. That bullshit opinion is abnormal. Normal people should look for alternatives which are actually normal. Decent and decent. I don't like the current majority thought of a party having the same opinion on everything. I would much prefer them openly disagreeing with each other. Any group differs in opinion. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, I mean, do you know for sure that the majority wants this? Do you know for sure that the majority wants a party setup like this? If there is no other option, for example, all parties do this. Like, let's say that the general opinion, the political thinkers, are all like, oh yeah, everybody should be disciplined within a party and nobody should go against the party line, etc., etc. And that is how all parties are, right? Does that make it right? No, it doesn't. If there is there's a smallish or some other party that comes in, which has a democratic setup, which has people who disagree with each other, etc., and there is an alternative like that is available, don't you think that is normal? But it is seen as abnormal because people haven't seen it happening, because everybody just assumes that, oh no, this is normal. The discipline thing, the authoritarian thing is normal. That is what everyone wants. It becomes like an infinite loop then, where everybody assumes that this is what we will get, and the parties say that, oh, this is what people want. That becomes an infinite loop because everybody thinks that that is what is normal. It's not. It shouldn't be. It's abnormal as hell. It is not a very good thing to do. Isn't Prashant Kishore trying to do that in Bihar? Yeah, Jan Suraj is exactly trying to do that. And that's why I find that experiment very interesting. They have they are trying to do this. Let's see. I don't want to dismiss them. Sorry, a different question. What's with BJP saying, look at the OG Ambedkar's constitution, like they support Ambedkar's ideologies, like they don't have socialist ideas? Is this a diversion? Namati, the thing with, whenever they point to icons, no, you have to assume that they also think that people haven't read much about Ambedkar. Which they haven't, unfortunately. Our leaders have been turned into symbols, unfortunately. They have been elevated to the status of gods. We don't look at them as people who are grey characters. There are some things that Ambedkar said which you might agree with. So there are some things which you might not agree with. Because time, place, environment was so different. Maybe someone would be very uncomfortable about his views on caste or religion. You should read this book called Riddles of Hinduism. Even if you're not a Kattar Hindu, no, I can bet you, if you have grown up in a Hindu household, that book will make you so uncomfortable. Riddles in Hinduism, by the way. Read it. Just read it. And just imagine a book like that being published today. Or a movie being made on it. Just not possible. We have elevated all of our leaders who came with such great thoughts and views, and they're such interesting characters, to the level of gods, which cannot be criticized, which cannot be challenged, which is just like, oh, Ambedkar ji ka naam le liya, to I know that, oh, this guy is great. That's bullshit. That happens with Gandhi, that happens with Ambedkar, that happens with Nehru. Of course they made mistakes. Of course they were not perfect. They were just human beings living during that time and trying to do their best about what they thought is the right thing to do. So yeah, look at them like that. I would think that if Ambedkar was listening to that, he would this whole thing that I said, he would agree with it, because he's the one who said ki don't raise your leaders up to a pedestal because that is a sign of sure shot dictatorship. He said it in Parliament. He said it during the Constituent Assembly debates, that bhakti is the sure shot way of ensuring dictatorship and authoritarianism. So don't do bhakti of anyone, including himself. So yeah, just see, that's what I mean, right? You need to read Ambedkar a little bit. You need to understand where he was coming from. Okay, friends, I'm going to end this stream. This has gone on for a while. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And do keep supporting this channel. Also, again, reminder, we have a podcast releasing tomorrow. So please watch. If you're a member, you can watch it now. It is with me and Manisha. The podcast is called It's Not So Simple. It is a new production of this channel. First episode out tomorrow. If you're a member, you can just go and watch it today. All the people who got memberships will get free access to that podcast also. So go, enjoy, get access to it early. Every podcast which will come now will have 24 hours early access for members. Oh, मैंने सुपर चैट तो पढ़ लिया आई थिंक सब कुछ. Okay. Okay, ending. So bye-bye. I will see you on Tuesday for the members only news update. Okay, bye-bye. And for the rest, I will see you next Friday. Bye.